Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel, whether you're new or you're coming back. I love having you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday afternoon. Well, almost afternoon while I'm recording, but that's probably gonna be the case when you're watching. Today we're gonna do a classic check-in and I'm gonna dive right in. We'll see what's going on with the feminines and with the masculine's energy. Yesterday I did a deeper dive on DM. So if you missed that by any chance, please go and watch. And in the meantime, we already got an oracle card for divine feminines. This is the mystic healer. Healing energy flows through you. Yes, we did, or hopefully you did, some cleansing and releasing with the full moon in Virgo energy that we were experiencing all of the last week. But this is kind of the ramification of it. This is the next logical process, right? Or the continuation of that process, because as much as a lot of it can happen pretty quickly within like the time frame of days and even hours, there are certain layers of our reality that need to catch up to that, and it takes longer, especially the thicker layers in the physical, in the 3D, right? So 5D could have been healed, maybe even 4D, but 3D still needs some work, right? So maybe that will mean for you to introduce more of that healing opportunity for your body, for your mind, for your routine, for your surrounding, your communication, whatever makes sense to, how do I want to say it? Once you release something or you cleanse certain space from the negativity, right, or from the trauma, from the fear, it needs to be filled with the loving energy, with the positive, with the healthy, right? And it doesn't just happen automatically, especially if it's something deeper where maybe you didn't even know what the good looked like or at all, or you already forgot because for years you've been going through this roller coaster. So make sure that you do something for that. That's what I mean, right? Up to your discernment, of course. What is it for you that's resonating right now? What kind of topics are you cleansing in this cycle? But this is something to think about and to keep in mind. And be kind to yourself, right? Like, don't expect you to kind of jump into something new just because it feels like you've already healed that topic, right? Make sure you are patient. For masculines, infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, we've seen the abundance cards quite a lot, and masculines figuring out how they want to do it, right? Like that's their new approach. That's their next step after they've removed certain limitations and certain unhealthy mindsets, including about success, status, public image, all of those things, right? We saw them, seeing how they would have made a lot of choices based on what they knew from their parents or what was in trend, right? Like they would get that idea, maybe even many years ago. And then up till now, they would still be living in that reality and trying to make it happen, right? Or maybe even outbest themselves. But now it's like that realization, like, do I really want that? Or maybe even reaching some of those milestones and seeing that, what does it really make me happy? Ooh, right? Another criterion thrown into the pot. Like, oh, did I think about that? Maybe not. Maybe I didn't know to think about it back then. Let's see what we have with tarot. I'll try to make it quick, but we'll see. Let's see how it goes. And of course, don't forget to check out readings in Mindful Bamboo channel for March. Happy March, by the way. Yeah, I've done maybe 5 or 6 readings so far. I'll do the rest today, tomorrow, so I'll be posting them within the next couple of days. Okay, let's see what we have here. Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, so Page is reminding us that the truth starts within, and sometimes it's uncomfortable truth. That's what I'm hearing right away. Sometimes it's something that we keep postponing or closing our eyes and ears, you know, no, I don't want to listen, don't want to listen to this. But essentially that's the key to any kind of success and happiness, as Queen of Wands suggests too. In grasping your own power, in acknowledging your potential, your possibilities, and how to reach the highest highs in the best possible sense of that word. Okay, so for feminines, we have 8 of Wands clarified by 9 of Swords. Ooh, yeah, so there is, so I was talking about that healing part, right? That happens in stages. So to me, this is still the 4D cleanse that is still happening. There's still something there, right? Up to you again. You will be receiving downloads of signs from the universe on what's the next step or what to keep in mind, right? Like, are you missing something? Like, how essentially, what is going to help you heal that remaining piece? What is going to help you heal the anxiety and sleepless nights when you keep reliving, kind of acting through those previous experiences, right? When you're still trying to solve something, right? Like something is misunderstood and you're trying to solve it. You need closure, and that's what's coming up. For masculines, we have 4 of Pentacles clarified by High Priestess. Yeah, so for masculines, they are really acknowledging at this time how much the new energy and the new understanding of life is impacting the way that their values are changing overall. And like the connection sometimes seems pretty far-fetched. Like it could be something very much on a spiritual level in terms of the mindset and just generally like a soul level kind of stuff. Maybe like frequency of the energy and like, I don't know, relationships or self-worth, right? But then they are now seeing the connection to the physical and to the actual worth that's calculated in money, in dollars, in resources, right? In that abundance that's coming in. And the more they see the connection and how they can impact it, the more of that abundance is pouring in. Beautiful. Additional question, 5 of Wands created by 3 of Swords. Wow, some painful karmic topics today. So what is causing pain on the karmic level right now for Divine Feminines watching? Death clarified by 6 of Cups. Okay, so this is a resetting relationship with either the twin or the soulmate, like resetting the understanding and like where we are now and where we're going with this, right? Like maybe I had a certain vision in mind, most likely all of us do, that's just how we operate. And now it's like, okay, maybe that was just an illusion or just my fantasy, and clearly it's not happening, so let's see what is actually available and how we can build on it, right? For some of you, it's moving from, it's going back to making your inner child happy. And it's even to the point where you completely refocus, and that's the death and rebirth for you, right? The kind of like 180-degree switch of direction. Possibly where you make a decision that your twin is just not ready to build that life, right? Like they're showing up with all this karmic patterns and lessons and baggage that you can zoom out and see what it's about. You can show compassion, but it's just unhealthy for you to stay there. So you need to do that cleanse and to do the rebirth kind of ritual for yourself, so you can start fresh with someone who is ready, who is available from emotional standpoint, from mindset standpoint. For masculines, they have Temperance and 5 of Cups. So masculines want to set the record straight, and they want to resolve certain issues that are causing them unhappiness. And they want to do it quickly, where the Temperance, of course, is reminding them that big things take time, right? And that's part of the lesson, right? Like every part of it. Like let's say if you want to solve something within a week and the universe is saying, no, maybe a couple of months. and the immediate response is sadness and grief and like, oh my god, I have to suffer through this for 2 more months, right? Those are like our karmic scenarios, karmic lessons. Sorry guys. And the universe is adding like, yes, because you need all the time, because each of those weeks, maybe even each of those days, there'll be more information that you need in order to fully learn this lesson. Because if you try to kind of like run through it right now and kind of close it off and get rid of it and move on to something bigger and better just because you don't like it, just because it doesn't feel good, it's still gonna come back. You're gonna repeat the cycle in a different way, maybe with a different person or people, right? We have 5 of Wands there, which a lot of times is shown with several people. Whatever it is, you'll still have to handle it, right? And there's a good chance that the longer or the more scenarios you have, the more baggage is built. So essentially it takes longer. The same way I'm hearing that somebody needs that information. If you're trying to get together, this is relevant for both twins really. If you're trying to get together with your twin as soon as possible and go through some shortcuts and maybe manipulate the situation a little bit, you know, maybe you'll agree to whatever they want you to agree to, or you'll paint a picture and they'll find it attractive and they'll want to go for it. Like, if that's not truly a healed space where it comes naturally, but if it's manufactured somehow, it's still gonna ricochet to you, right? And it's gonna create more negative karma between the twins that will need to be reconciled anyway, because your full-time harmonious union is not gonna stand that kind of energy, right? And I mean, imagine that it's almost like you are hurting yourself, right? Because your twin is you. How painful that is, how close that is, how it punches you directly in the heart. Look at that picture. Why would you want more of that, right? So if you can see, okay, objective assessment, right? We're not in a good place, we get triggered, probably on both sides, most likely it's both. Or if you can see your twin is clearly behind and they are still struggling with their awakening, with their process, leave them be, leave them in that space. The universe will take care of what they need to go through to get there. Your idea is still gonna be, and yeah, usually it's for divine feminines to be that leader energetically and spiritually. And don't get hung up too much on the mirror exercise and thinking that, oh, if they treat me so badly, I must be doing something wrong. To some extent, but don't go crazy with it, right? Because a lot of times there's still this gap. And the lesson you're learning with it is, which is kind of, if you think about it, it complies with point number 1 that I just made, is that you don't want that kind of energy around you. You don't want to be attached to that person or them to be attached to your energy and drain you, because that's essentially what's going to be happening, just how quantum physics works, right? So that's the best that you can do, you know, on all levels, on all and every level, for yourself, taking care of yourself, and for the union. Boom. Okay, messages from feminines to masculines. The Hanged Man clarified by judgment. Look at this major arcanus. Wow. Yeah, it's a time. So the feminine can see that for masculines, there is a lot of time of contemplation and realization of many things. And the message they want to send to masculines today is that they understand that certain things may come up as shame, as embarrassment, right? Like they'll be understanding that masculines will be understanding that they've made mistakes, that they made some silly decisions, that they said some wrong words, and the feminine just wants them to know that they are there for them, they still hold space, and the key to leaving this behind, well, the key to the process is to leave it behind, to release it, to be able to move on from it and do better, be better going forward based on that learning, based on that experience, based on this new insight. From masculines to feminines, we have 3 of Cups clarified by 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, so masculines truly see the feminine as someone who is so great within their own space. and can find joy and happiness with anyone and in every situation, right? So they're a little bit envious at this time because they don't have the skills as developed, but they have fun watching. That's what I'm getting. I don't know, like, of course, depending on your situation, it can look very different. I don't mean like watching from the bushes with binoculars. I mean more like they probably see something on social media. Maybe you have friends in common, maybe you're in communication, and even if they don't say anything, they're still fascinated with what they see and what you're doing, what you're up to, how you're building your life, how you're building up yourself, and how you can celebrate that. This is something they're learning from you right now. Divide 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon.